My topic today is basically, did the black man become cowards? I don't know if y'all been up on what's going on all over the country, basically in Chicago, wherever. I watched one video on the Facebook Live where the young sister, the brother, and the child in the back was gunned down, I guess as they pulled up at their residence. Then turn around and see the post with the 19-year-old who shot the 11-year-old girl. And I'm like, damn. First, when I seen the Facebook Live, it just messed up my whole day the other day. I had to lay down. It kind of like bothered me. Then to turn around to see an 11-year-old shot by a 19-year-old. And it brought me to this topic. Us men, we the leaders of our community, supposedly. We supposed to take the lead. We always brag about being the king. But it seems to me that we have taken the coward position in life. There's no way in hell that our youth could run around gunning down each other the way that we are doing, and we don't take responsibility for what's going on with our children, with our nieces, with our nephews. Every last one of us got a family member in jail for something. Whether it be our child, whatever the case may be. We have taken the coward position in dealing with these issues. Here it is. You have the conscious community. You got the religious community. You got the black celebrities. You know, it's way too many of us for us keep spinning the bottle and placing the blame. This one want to blame this, want to play the blame game. You want to blame this religion. You want to blame that religion. You want to blame these over here. The conscious community is like WWF. And me personally, what I'm getting sick and tired of is everybody pretending. The ones that's on the forefront, the pastors, the conscious communities, the bloggers, the radio jockeys that's touching these topics, everybody is doing it for popularity. There's no sincerity when dealing with these topics. Everybody's full of shit. When a topic is hot, everybody's on it. Everybody's sitting at the table recording with their mics and sounding all intellectual. But as soon as them cameras turn off and they get their views and they get their likes on their YouTube or whatever else, the community, they wash their hands, they're done. There's no more work. I can give you 1,000,001 examples. We can't wait for the government, our government, to fix our community. It starts with us. But it seems like we have taken the coward position and abandoning our youth. This is why it's so much anger coming out of black homes, Latino homes. Our children are angry. The black man ain't around for his child, nor are we stepping up to deal with these issues and these topics we having going on in our community. You know, some people don't agree with religion, but we can start off with them. You don't have to. You're not going to stop the Muslims, Christians, Jews, Buddhism. You're not going to stop people from worshiping who they worshiping. So what I will say is, for the religious people, there was a time, I guess, when Jesus or the Prophet Muhammad or whatever prophet that you follow, Moses, whoever, there was a time where these prophets went out and interact with the people. Because if they didn't, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism would not be this big. They didn't go run up in a church or a mosque, say their prayer, put out the collection plate, and then class dismiss. That's not how it go. In order for these religions to be as big as they are, they had to reach out and interact with the people. So when you dealing in your masjids, whatever temple, whatever you go to, whatever church you go to, we have to start holding pastors accountable. We have to start holding these religious people accountable. If you are a leader, if you say you're a leader and you're in a leader position, hold them accountable, then lead. You don't lead by the collection plate. There's no way in hell that our pastors, imams, rabbis can bring in billions of dollars every month, not even a year, every month. And we can't fix some of the problems in our communities. There's no reason why we can have all these celebrities that we have. Beyonce and Jay-Z is a superpower alone. Then you have Oprah, Bill Cosby, and we can keep on going on. You have basketball players, celebrities that make $60 million. What are we going to do? Keep on providing all this money, ways for them to make money off of us. We make them. They don't make us. All our money leave our community, and we don't hold them accountable for making investments back in our communities. Some of y'all going to sit back and y'all going to do the normal, the usual. We going to blame the white man. The white man's the devil. The white man did it. Here's the reality. Some of y'all dudes on my Facebook timeline ain't seen y'all children in 3 or 4 years. That's the white man's fault. It's time to take accountability. Stop being a coward. Be responsible for what you produced. Some of y'all sisters out there have to be accountable for who you laying down with. We're taking a coward position and allowing our children to slaughter other children. That 19-year-old boy that killed that 11-year-old girl was despicable. I sat back and I watched the video and analyzed the video. You just murdered an 11-year-old girl, which he probably didn't even mean to do. His adrenaline probably was rolling and rushing, and he let his cannon go, aiming at his victim, his target, and hit another victim. So after you hit this 11-year-old girl, you in the precinct, sleep on a bench, knocked out. How did you go to sleep after killing an 11-year-old girl? Look at the mindset of our people. And then he gets rudely awakened by somebody whooping his ass, and you can tell the police allowed that to happen. They allowed him to get touched a little bit. But look at the mindset. And part of me was feeling like it's good for this young boy. And then reality hit me. I was once that young boy. And a lot of my friends. Why is that? Because our family members took the coward role. Our leaders in our community took the coward role. Everything is more important than the black child. Everything is more important than our youth. At some point in time, somebody has to step up and say, okay, enough is enough. But that starts at home. Who you breeding with? Who you allowing to come in your house? Who you building a family with? Even if you ain't trying to build a family. Some of y'all want to hit it and quit it. With a man that you know already got a wife somewhere. And you know once he gets you knocked up, he's not bringing that kid around his wife. Because whatever him and her going through, he ain't trying to lose that. Somebody got to hold or be held accountable for our children that we leaving like bastards, being irresponsible. Here it is, we got the conscious community. Done turned it to WWF. And I guess they starting to realize some of us is not approving of that. So what's happening? They trying to clean it up a little bit. But we got to start demanding more from them. We paying their bills. You giving out these lectures, gift the gab, but then after that, what you doing for the community? Prime example, with the lecture that we had with this Bambaataa situation. So we touched on a situation, everybody and their mother did interviews. But what was the end result to the pedophiles in our midst? Did they go anywhere? No. They still there. What's the end result to it? Who's going to hold the ones who's destroying our community accountable? The pedophiles, the drug dealers, the shooters. See, the reality of it is, there was once upon a time when I was in Bronx River, I went to some of the guys in the projects and I said, the older guys, and I was like, yo, if every last one of us take control of the building that we came from, we could actually slow some of this stuff down. Because there's always somebody that's older that can relate to that one person that came from where they came from. But nobody cared. So we took the coward position and said, who gives a fuck? It ain't none of my business. And yes, a lot of things trickle down from slavery, but the reality of it is, I see way too many black people fight for shit that ain't worth nothing and end up in jail for the rest of their life and do 20 and 30 years in jail. But come home and see what's going on in our community and don't want no parts of it. Taking the safe position and abandoning our youth like cowards. A lot of y'all sisters out there don't even realize how much power you have. Stop opening up your legs until you get results. Y'all the ones that have these children coming out the house angry. And I'm not saying it's y'all fault, but you have to start holding these dudes accountable that you having babies with. The first thing that we have to start doing is whatever beefs and gripe that baby mommy and baby daddy or ex this or ex that have with each other, you have to learn how to nip that in the bud. Communication is the key dealing with these children. It takes a village to raise a child, and everybody's doing it on their own, and nobody cares. And as an end result, our children are running outside and running amok. We're taking the coward position. That's not my problem. That's not my kid. I seen a meme earlier today. The meme was disturbing. It was funny but disturbing at the same time. I couldn't even post it. And it goes like this. Yeah, baby mom or a homegirl is in the kitchen giving her kids potato chips. No, the homegirl, she's in the room giving her kids potato chips while she in the she's letting the TV and potato chips entertain her children while she in the back room giving another nigga head. That's supposed to be funny? But the truth of the matter is, it's true. We letting the TV entertain our children while y'all females are entertaining these dudes trying to get a new man who don't want nothing to do with your child. He's not going to interact with your child. That should be a no-no. Once we start producing children, you got to watch who you bring around them. You got to take accountability. Take accountability for who you leaving to babysit your children. Make these men that come around accountable for being the cowards that we are. Sometimes you got to let a man know, like, you know what? You taking a coward position. You're a coward. Pull his card. Crush his ego a little bit. Do whatever it takes to make the brothers out here step up and do what they got to do. Because at the end of the day, if we don't take a stand now, it's going to be another 19-year-old boy that's going to gun down another child. And the funny part about it is, or the fucked up part about it is, that 11-year-old that got gunned down is probably you people that's on Facebook that ignore all these serious topics. Y'all look right past it. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Or we're not going to bring awareness to this. I'm going to get that shit the fuck up out of here. It probably was one of y'all child. You took a safe position. Like, as long as it ain't me. Well, that 11-year-old wasn't a gang member. She was outside just playing. That baby that was in the back seat of the car, that little boy that got hit, he wasn't a gang member. Maybe the dude that was in the front seat was, but he wasn't a gang member. When do we take accountability? And stop running like cowards and giving the youth something to look up to. I don't expect everybody to jump in front of guns like I have, because I've done it. And some of y'all out there watching this right now, you know who I'm talking to. I done jumped in front of guns to save lives. You could call me 911. I'm always running to somebody's rescue. But the reality of it is I can't do it by myself. Everybody got to take accountability. Make your pastors start doing something. Make your imams start doing something. Make your rabbis start doing something. Hold them accountable. You can't be in a leader position and not take the lead. I grew up under Christianity. Most of the people that was in jail with me grew up under Christianity. And you know what the first thing we was doing in jail when we was in there? Smoking weed and Bible paper. You know why? Because most of our leaders, our men, or our people that claim to be what they say they are, they're not who they are. They're hypocrites. You can't sit up there and tell a child to do X, Y, Z, and you doing the total opposite. You know why? Because children are smarter than adults in some cases. They ain't been corrupted yet. So when they look at you, being the hypocrite that you are, they just sit up there, they sit back and they look and they say, you full of shit. How you going to push a guard on them that you ain't worshiping the way you supposed to worship? We got to stop taking a coward position in life and be held accountable and hold people accountable for what's done or what's not being done in our community. And that's the bottom line to that. Barack Obama couldn't say we could have programs built in our community. We could have schools. We could actually move out of the hood, buy into houses, buy into properties, and stop these white police from coming in our community killing us. The Jews don't have these police. They police their own neighborhoods. It's time to give them back their hoods and buy into our own neighborhoods and hold ourselves accountable. Here it is, it's income tax time, right? Flint, Michigan ain't got no water still, right? No clean water, right? How much money are we spending on these celebrities? Enough to put in a pipeline. Are we going to hold these celebrities accountable? Or are we going to hold these pastors accountable? Better yet, are we going to hold ourselves accountable because all this money that's rolling in, or for income taxes, everybody's fouling, everybody's getting back money. Is the community going to start investing and fixing some of the areas themselves? It's a start. Every year, a portion of Flint should be repaired. But it's not. We don't have to wait for the system to fix us. The system purposely made us the way that we are. So now, until we hold ourselves accountable and stop being cowards, we're going to continue on doing and living in the same conditions. Eventually, you people that's taking the safe road, coming home from jail after you done murdered how many people? That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm a Mason now, so I'm going to ignore these topics. I'm whatever I am, whatever group you done entered, you're going to take the safe road, the coward road. I'm just going to leave that alone. It ain't my responsibility. But what y'all forgetting is, every last one of us are giving birth to daughters. Some of our daughters is going to start dating some of these boys. The majority rules. The music is poison. Our television is poison. The shit that's being posted on Facebook is poison. Our foods is poison. The chemtrail was poison. Now, what kind of mentality you think is going to be approaching your daughter? Or better yet, what kind of mentality you think is going to be approaching your son? Because some of these little girls out here, wicked little, you know? At some point in time, we got to stop taking a coward position and doing what we have to do to fix our community. I don't really want to see too many more situations where our children is being gunned down. I don't want to see too many more situations where you have this 19-year-old boy that shoot this 11-year-old girl, and then he wakes up after 15 years in jail realizing, for one, he never really meant to shoot this little girl. He was angry behind something else, whatever that made him that angry. He missed his mark, and now he's in jail for the rest of his life for something that was a mistake. When the reality of us 40-year-old, us 50-year-old, that age rate 30-year-old, we got to take responsibility for what the fuck we doing. We got to take responsibility for how we walking, for how we talking, how we carrying ourselves. We got to take responsibility for abandoning our family members, abandoning our next door neighbors. This is our next door neighbors doing this. Everybody's egotistical, but ain't nobody trying to repair nothing. Everybody's finger pointing. Start holding these people accountable. The conscious community. If these dudes is just going to give you a good lecture, then treat them like that. Stop treating these dudes like they leaders when all they doing is giving you a good lecture. They not rubbing elbows and diving knee deep in this pain that's going on in our community. They standing out on street corners, rolling their cameras, and getting ratings. Because the reality of it is, with the following that the conscious community has, if they really pulled together and really wanted to do something, they could. They got too many followers. If the churches really wanted to do something, multi-billion-dollar a year, they could. Money is power. We already have the power. We not enforcing it. Stop taking the coward position and start making demands. Stop making demands. Fuck voting. We don't need to vote. Before we step outside and start approaching congressmen, presidents, judges, whatever, before we step out there, we have to start cleaning house. How you gonna make demands and your house is dirty? How you gonna make demands and your house is dirty? You're not organized. It's sad when I sit back and I analyze what's going on. The division that we have. When you do have somebody that actually takes a stand and want to help their community, you know what ends up happening? He can't do enough. It's just one person. It's not enough. The chain is as strong as the weakest link. The chain is as strong as the weakest link. It's time for us to start, for one, stop being cowards. Stop picking and choosing what battles you want to fight. Because that's another thing, too. You're picking and choosing what battles you want to fight. I'm sitting back watching these dudes argue over the stupidest shit. You ready to fight and insult each other over the stupidest shit, but nobody wants to go out and face our youth. And if you're too scared to hit that street corner up, start with your Facebook page. Stop letting people tell you that you can't reach out and touch somebody by making a video just like this. It's Friday night. I could be doing anything else. Eventually, somebody going to see this video. They're going to see your video. It starts a chain reaction. Everybody's willing to share some ratchet shit, but ain't nobody willing to share something, a message that might save us, that might save our youth, they may save our grandchildren. Stop being cowards. Stop worrying about what somebody else is going to think about what you posting and taking a safe position. Start holding people accountable. Our basketball players, our football players, our baseball players, our rappers, our singers, our dancers, our pastors, our imams, our rabbis, the conscious community. Stop letting them dudes blame religion for everything that's going on and not holding them accountable for their WWF shit that they got going on too. If we all pulled together, I'm pretty sure we could save somebody. I'm pretty sure we could save somebody. If 1 out of 3 children are being molested in our community, where's the outcry for that? If a lot of our children is ending up in the foster care system, where's the outcry for that? Stop letting the media dictate to you like little puppets what to get emotional over. We got a lot of issues going on in our community. It's time for us to stop being cowards. It's time for y'all women. Y'all have the power. Make demands. No matter what a man do, the same way he got to eat a meal, he got to come back to see you. A man cannot live without a woman. We ain't talking about gay people. A real man cannot live without a woman. He has to come back to that box. It is the best feeling in the world. And this is where you negotiate and start making your demands. Stop opening up your legs to somebody that ain't willing to take your son outside to play basketball with him. Stop opening up your legs to a man that ain't willing to have a heart-to-heart talk. Everything ain't about money. It ain't about the child support system. It ain't about the dollar. Everything starts with a conversation. The youth is angry. Some of the dudes my age are scared to death. You know what's sad making this video because I pour so much in my time and my energy dealing with the youth, but at the same time, when you go in certain neighborhoods or certain blocks, you have to worry about whether you're going to end up going to jail for killing your own youth. I don't want to become a hypocrite. Because that's the first thing y'all going to say if I ended up defending myself against one of our own babies. Because none of us won't take the time out to let them know that we ain't our own enemy. They're angry. They're bitter. You know why they angry and they bitter? Because we abandoned them like fucking cowards. And a lot of the dudes my age is doing the same thing that was done to them. Abandoning they. I know what it's like to be abandoned by my father. So I refuse to abandon my children. But it's just like the child molestation thing. Some people get molested and then they molest. Some of us got abandoned by our fathers and family members, so we abandon our children knowing what the pain feel like. How dare you? At some point in time, we got to step up and be men. Stop being cowards. Because the reality of it is, I don't care how well you can fight. I don't care how many people you shot. I don't care how many cars you got, how fly you can dress. You're a fucking coward. Until we step up and take responsibility for what's going on in our communities, you're a coward. I'm not telling you to go knock on everybody else's door. Knock on your neighbor's door. Knock on your sister's door. Knock on your cousin's door. Knock on your baby mama's door and go get your own goddamn child. Start there. Let's start being responsible for what's going on in our community. Let's start being a little bit more responsible for what we posting on the internet. And if you ain't posting nothing, start posting something to jog people towards cleaning up their communities. Stepping up there, being responsible for our children. I'm not going to take y'all up too much time. I hope y'all get something up out of what I'm trying to say. I hope you wake up and smell the coffee. I hope you stop being the selfish motherfuckers that y'all be in the churches, in the mosques. Come outside those mosques. Come outside those churches. Do what Jesus did, if that's who you believe it. Do what Muhammad did, if that's who you believe with. Do what Moses did, if that's who you believe in. In order for them to make religion as big as they did, they have to come out to the people. They had to work. They had to come out. Not hide inside with the collection plate. Hold our celebrities responsible for what they're doing. Make them be responsible. Make them handle their business as well. Politicians, whoever. Let's do what we got to do. One hand washes the other. It takes two hands to clap. Let's get it on, people. Peace out.